Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to the most stacked episode of Unseen we have ever done. We're going to be a bit all over the place. We're going to do our best here, but let's start with this post. Thank you, Gio the Theo, from Logan Paul. The UFC WWE crossover has begun. I don't want to spend too long on this, but obviously this is in reference to Michael Chandler calling out Conor McGregor. I know a lot of you might not watch UFC. It's probably worth you knowing that this is a fight that's been building for a long time. This was a fight we were already meant to have had, but there's just been setback after setback. So him calling out Conor isn't a shock. Him calling out Conor isn't like an OMG moment. Him calling out Conor is more him getting a bit like, are we doing this fight, right? So it wasn't really an OMG thing, but I think to those people that don't watch UFC, that probably came across as like a, oh my God, he just called out Conor McGregor, not knowing that these two were like rival judges on The Ultimate Fighter, not knowing that this fight was already meant to have happened. So my feelings on it are that I don't mind it. I don't mind us bringing in UFC fighters and doing little call-outs like this, but it's only going to work with certain people. Conor McGregor is known by everybody, but, I mean, who's going to call out Ilia Topuria? Who's going to call out Alec Pereira? You know, who's going to call out even Sean O'Malley? I don't know that people know Sean O'Malley yet, even though he's a big personality. He's not Conor McGregor level, right? So I just don't know how many fighters this is going to get a pop from. I don't know how many names you can mention that the crowd are going to react to. Conor is definitely one. So I don't know if this was a one-off. I don't know if they're just exploring a few things. I don't know if this is a sign of things to come. It'd be really interesting to know what you lot think. And obviously we'll do our opinions video tomorrow. We do an opinions video after Raw and after SmackDown. So my thoughts are, it's okay. I can cope with this. But is it gonna work next time if we call out someone that's not Conor? Right, after Raw ended, Vitrix, thank you, says this for the Unseen video. This is CM Punk making his way down to the ring. So this was after. I can't play it because it's got Punk's music, basically. But it's just footage of Punk making his way down to the ring. We do have some footage of what he actually said, and we should be able to listen to that because that was obviously not shown on the broadcast. Jaden tagging me in this from Sheamus 619 and counting. So Sheamus has got his sights on Gunther. Gunther is now 619 days into his reign. Brady, thank you. This is Nikki Cross saying, guess where I am tonight? Raw. And I don't remember seeing her in the background. I haven't seen any images of her, so I don't know what we did there. Perhaps because it's so close to Elimination Chamber, we didn't feel the need to do anything with her tonight. Muse, shout out to you. It's actually really good. I'm blocked by Adam Pearce. He's the only person that's blocked me, and I don't know why. Right? I don't know why. I don't remember saying anything bad. I've not tagged him in anything bad. I don't even remember saying anything bad about him at all, ever, right? But something's happened. And out of all the wrestlers on the roster, he is the only one that has blocked me. But because this has been quote tagged, I can actually see his message, which is really weird. If you're blocked by someone and someone else quote tags you their tweet, it appears that you can see it. So, I don't know, wild. So, Adam Pearce said, make that a double fine for Jimmy Uso. And Adam, if you are watching this, please unblock me, and I am sorry, and I don't know what I did. So, but whatever it was, I didn't mean it. Jordan, shout out to you. Tagging me in this from Eric Redbeard. Rowan, of course. He said, I'll say it again. I want to fight Gunther. Ooh, that could be fun. Rowan against Gunther. That could be fun. The real Kyle with a joke said, how does Jey Uso consume his food? He eats it. Nice. Very good. Very good. Eric, thank you. Chelsea Green is calling this the Anaheim screw job, right? Obvious. I don't know why, because she got down to the final 2 in that battle royal with her and Raquel. Really pleased for Raquel. Really pleased that she was victorious on Raw. Obviously going through what she's been through. If you've not seen, she had like all red patches on her face and on her body. She's really been through it. But she's back now. She's looking great. She's going the Elimination Chamber. Well, Chelsea tried to be a bit sneaky, tried to kind of go under the bottom rope and see if she could get down to the last 2. She did, but she ended up getting eliminated by Raquel. So it's not really a screw job. There's no screw job about it. But that's what Chelsea's calling it. And I think we'll see later that's what her partner, Matt Cardona, is calling it as well. James, thank you. Triple H, anything can happen with a TKO group takeover. So this is in reference to the Michael Chandler thing again. As I said, it was actually quite a big talking point, you know. There was actually quite a bit of a buzz around that. This is Brady tagging me in this from Jay. A new theme. Again, really annoying. We can't play it because we would get hit with a copyright strike, so we can't play it. But there is a new theme for Tiffany. Sounds all right, to be honest. I don't hate it. I still feel like they're a little generic, but I don't hate it. It was all right. Casual LA Night Enjoyer, thank you. Tagging me in this from Elite Rockers, who said the whole segment felt like all 6 women forgot their lines. And you know, it sort of did. I thought Becky did well at first. And then we had Liv come down, and she seemed to go on for a fair bit. And then she got interrupted, right? And then obviously another interruption. And we've done this thing before. But it did sort of feel... I don't know if they didn't script it and they just let them go out there and talk, but it didn't feel the tightest of segments. Doesn't matter. Makes no difference. But just I thought that was an interesting observation. Cody was upset following the, and Sean, thank you for tagging me in this. Cody was upset following the outcome of the first match. Of course, we had Solo and we had Jimmy interrupting, costing Cody the match. And Cody called Drew Uso, which he will not appreciate because Drew does not like the bloodline, right? He's not a fan of the bloodline. They just helped him out on this occasion, but they wasn't really helping him. They were more just trying to get to Cody. So Cody calling Drew Uso. I'm sure that's going to wind up Drew. Andrade Idolo here. El Idolo saying, you can't quite see it, but it's just an emoji. It says soon. Little soon emoji. That was brilliant. The vignette. The promo, the backstage thing. I think we've got a picture from it later. Oh, so good. It's so good. I've no doubt I'll put it in the thumbnail. It was so good. Right, do you want to hear what CM Punk said? Brady, thank you. Oh, and apologies as well. At the end of last night's Unseen, I played you a song of Samantha. It wasn't until I watched the video back. That clip was loud, man. RIP headphone users. Hopefully this one is going to be volume-wise a bit gentler. Here we go.
Sitting backstage, watching the show, knowing that Anaheim showed up 11,000 strong, and y'all have been hot all night long. 3 hours, countless superstars, awesome matches. I had to come out here and feel this myself.
So, you know, CM Punk there basically just really putting over the crowd, and they were great tonight. But in all fairness, they were treated to a really great show. Like, they really did get a great Raw tonight. So there is CM Punk coming out. Cody had come out as well. I think Cody comes out to help Jey. We never saw that. But he comes to help Jey. Obviously, Jey attacked with Jimmy. And then CM Punk saying, I just had to come out. You guys are so loud, so passionate. So a CM Punk appearance after Raw went off air. Right, here, this is interesting. Look, from 1 hour ago, contract signed. What the flip does that mean? Yeah, look, Joshua said, what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what it means. Contracts signed. What I can tell you is that Michael Chandler is getting on a little bit, right? He's not the youngest of guys. He is a very good, very confident talker. He looks great. And not only that, his background is in wrestling, right? If there was ever someone that I think could really transition from the UFC worlds into the WWE worlds, Michael Chandler would be right at the top of that list, right? Right at the top of that list. I don't know that he's done everything he wants to do in UFC, though, first. And I don't know that that's what this is referring to. He would be a good signing for WWE. Michael Chandler is credible, right? He did really well over in Bellator. He came over to UFC. He's been in absolute bangers in UFC. Really great fights. He's a really great fighter. He's right at the top of that lightweight division. He's not the biggest of guys. That's the only kind of drawback. You can see how he compares to like Triple H, but he can wrestle. I mean, granted, it's proper wrestling, amateur wrestling. It's not professional wrestling, but he should be trainable. He should be able to pick it up real quick. You know, he's athletic, he's an athlete, he's a UFC fighter. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know what this means. I don't know if it's him and Conor contract has been signed, or if it's going to be him coming and doing some more stuff with WWE, but I've got to tell you, this was one of the biggest talking points tonight. Conor McGregor is trending right now. I haven't seen a response from Conor, but this definitely feels like something different, something we've not done before, and something that we could definitely do again in the future. Right, look at this. They've just confirmed Andrade will be Andrade El Idolo in WWE. That from PW Unlimited. Nikki, thank you. There it is on screen. Barry said Jey was going to win tonight. Yes, this from an hour ago. Wrestle votes. Yeah, we need to read this. Barry, thank you. I got tagged in a few of these. Look at that mask. That's Andrade's mask. Sick, innit? Right, so WrestleVote said, hearing an interesting story, right? Hearing an interesting story we hope to follow up on with more tomorrow. Sources state there were multiple people within the company under the impression that Jey was winning the IC title tonight on Raw. I'm told that as late as 6 p.m., this was the direction on various show rundowns within the creative and digital departments. That is mental. James Campbell said they were going to end the longest IC title reign on a random Raw. Nick said, I honestly think the change was for the better. So people seem to think this maybe wasn't the right place to do, or certainly these comments. But yeah, amazing. So I can't wait to see more about this from WrestleVotes, but that's big that a lot of people believed the title was going to change. Amazing. Right, here's Matt Cardona. James, thank you. Anaheim Screwjob. He's obviously standing with his partner, Chelsea Green. Amy, thank you. Tagging me in Brandy Rhodes' tweet. Cheaters, the bloodline. So that's her reaction, of course, to what happened to her husband Cody in that opening match. Solo, Jimmy, costing him against Drew, or Druso as he is now. And that's Brandy's reaction. Here's Drew. Look in my eyes. What do you see? Man, any opportunity to take a dig at CM Punk, this guy's taking it. So Muse 0042, thank you. So obviously this was like, you know, the when they're drawing on the screen, doing the analysis, which was also, we have seen that before actually, but you know, not something we see on a regular basis, but they've started doing that on commentary. And that's where this image has come from. But look in my eyes, what do you see? He is goated on social media. Yeah, look, Brady said, what was the random black box? So let me turn this down. You'll see in a second, a black box appear. I did notice that during the show, actually. I don't know, to be honest, I didn't know you got this in America, but I can see the USA Network thing there. Here in the UK, I thought it might have been a mistake our end, or it might have been something that TNT Sports had done in the UK. I think these are the kind of backgrounds where they put, like, progressive logo, you know, like, this is brought to you by Progressive, or it's the kind of thing that a logo goes on during a show. So I just wondered if they it's clearly a production botch. I don't think it's teasing something like White Rabbit or anything. I don't think anything along those lines. Part of me wondered if there was maybe a bit of a nip. If ever we see this, I do think nip slip. But no, I think it's just a production botch. It strikes me as like the kind of background we would use for Progressive. So, Brady, shout out to you. Henry said, I didn't know this. This is mad. So, Drew McIntyre now officially joins Roman Reigns as the only superstar to have pinned Cody in a singles match since Cody's return. And Solo Spike has played a part in both of those losses. Cody has only lost twice, singles match wise, since returning, and we saw one of them tonight on Raw. The other was WrestleMania 39. Mental, isn't it? Hey, look at this. The Boulder said, creative, throwing shade at Trinity's amazing run outside of WWE doesn't sit right with me, right? I did jot down, Tiffany comes down and she says something like, oh, check you out, Naomi. Back off trying to make a name for yourself outside of WWE. And Naomi's reaction to that is, I did, right? It's really cold, man. It's really cold. She goes, I did. And just stares right back at Tiffany. So I don't know if this was scripted. I don't know if they told her to say that line. I don't know that they're throwing shade. Maybe they did, but because of Tiffany being the way she is, it came across a bit sassier than they intended it to be. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. Throwing a bit, she does not seem to take it well, though, does she? Her facial reaction is she is not playing around. I think she really enjoyed her time in TNA. I think it really did help her, and I think she has got a real connection to that place, you know, so she won't tolerate any messing around. Johnny Gargano said, if you're not down with that, we've got 3 letters for you. D-I-X. There they are, crotch chopping away during the match. That was a fun moment during that 8-man tag match. Here's Zelina Vega. So a really good backstage promo here. Crispy Wrestling putting it up. Zelina said that she is not interested about Zelina Vega Light or Zelina Vega 2.0. That's what she's referring to Elektra Lopez as. She said, this is Santos' fault. I wouldn't feed his delusions. She says that she's done with being second best and she is now gunning for whoever leaves WrestleMania as champion. She really is going for a championship now. And then she said, you've got to excuse me, you know, I've got to find Elektra Lopez. I've got the trash to take out type thing. So really good. I said before, I think it was on yesterday's Unseen, Karrion Kross did a backstage promo and it felt like he said something. This is very similar. It feels like she says something. It feels like if you watch this, you haven't wasted your time. So very, very good. This one, not as good, to be honest. So this is Fluffy. I included it because I thought I had spotted him in the crowd, and I'm guessing it was him in the crowds. He was hard cam side, I believe. And so here he is interviewing the winner of the Battle Royal. He is interviewing Raquel Rodriguez. And they have a little bit of a laugh. He's basically saying that he's bumped into Chelsea and she's talking poo-poo about her. And Raquel's just talking about how great it is to be back and how she can't believe she's going to Australia. And Fluffy's like, oh, well, yeah, there's a long flight as well, you know. So it's fine. It doesn't really do a great deal. It was just a way, I suppose, of just having a fun little exchange between these two. This one is okay as well. It's Judgment Day being spoken to by Jackie Redmond. Basically, Damien just berates Jackie, says that she's always wasting time with either interviewing nobodies like R-Truth or being on TikTok. And Finn Balor's like, what's TikTok? And they just kind of get into a little bit of a side conversation. But basically, JD and Dominic say they're going to soften up Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne on Friday for the Judgment Day to beat them at Elimination Chamber. It's pretty straightforward stuff. It's okay. Right, WrestleOps, type in what Jimmy had said. No matter how big you get, I'm always the big brother. That is what Jimmy said to Jey at the end of Raw. And here you can see WrestleOps say, here we go. It went the way I think we thought it was going to go. I don't think people were surprised by this. But yeah, we can start cooking now. These two clearly on a collision course for WrestleMania. Drew responded to Drew, so yes! He said, no chicken this time, Cody. There's an image of Cody losing at WrestleMania and the rubber chicken being thrown in the ring. Just your tears. Hell of a fight. Better luck next time. WWE Creative Humor said Gunther is going to chop Jey Uso's tattoos off his chest. It is true, man. He was laying in them chops in that Intercontinental Championship main event. He was really chopping away. WWE Creative Humor saying he's going to chop Jey Uso's tattoos right off his chest. Hey, look at this. The reaction to when Tiffany Stratton comes out. Sports Key to Wrestling laughing at Becky and Liv's reaction as Tiffany Stratton interrupts. And they're just asking, is Tiffany's new theme a dub or an L? I would go dub more than L, but as I said, it's not the best thing I've ever heard. It's still fairly generic, but it's not an L. I don't think it's an L. This shot, oh my God, this was sick. Look at this, straight through the door, straight into that area, straight through here, in towards the crowds. That's sick, innit? That is such a sick shot to go from outside and in. It reminds me of last year's Backlash in Puerto Rico. We had a drone that did the same. I'm guessing this is a drone. But it actually went in and then went round the crowd as well. Really good. We have done that shot before. It's really good. Hey, I just thought you might find this interesting. This is from 2016. And people are bringing it back up. Conor McGregor commented, I didn't mean no disrespect to the WWE fans. What I meant to say was, I would slap the head off your entire roster and twice on Sundays. Roman Reigns responded back then saying, you're the size of my leg. Shut up. So, I don't think Conor McGregor is the most popular person amongst WWE fans. But in all fairness, that was a long, long time ago. So, hey, look at this. So, outside, R-Truth saying, I have new friends. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. The Cerebral Assassin, Triple H. He means Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And then during the video package that played after, we saw this bit play out where they showed Johnny and Tommaso, and it said, not Shawn Michaels and not Triple H. It's so good. So good. I feel like the Judgment Day stuff, him thinking he was with them, was brilliant, but I think it did kind of play out. But we got a good few months out of that. And now, like this DIY DX thing, there's a little bit we can have fun with here as well. So, yeah, that was great. Really, really good. Yeah, this was random. Netflix executives in the building and looking happy AF. USA Network, you've got 24 hours to respond. So he's baiting the USA Network account. The USA Network account often replies and gets involved with things. So, yeah, that's good work there by Julian. So there's the Netflix crew as they're sat at ringside. What was interesting, though, is up here, Creative Humor said it's odd that the Netflix people vanished before the show was over. So apparently they weren't there at the end. But to be honest, I can't say I noticed that. I didn't notice that. But they're suggesting that they were gone. Sports Key to Wrestling said, who will Andrade's first feud be against? Which is an excellent question. If you want to put your thoughts down in the comments below, who is his first feud going to be against? But how sick is this look? I am so pleased that they haven't just got Andrade and put him in the LWO Legado feud. That feud is fine, but he feels so much more. he feels like a world champion. He feels like he belongs having matches with Seth Rollins, right? And I'm not saying that Santos doesn't, right? But or Dragon Lee doesn't. I'm just saying that Andrade's been around the block a lot more. We've had him in WWE before. I feel like there's... And look at this mask. Look at it. And this isn't his only mask either. We've got something special with this guy. I always felt that Santos was a replacement to Andrade, but we don't need a replacement to Andrade if we have Andrade. So I'm very excited about this. How is that not going to be in the thumb? That might just be the thumbnail, actually. That might be my thumbnail done for this video. How I feel about that mask is this guy here just standing, and that feels like a good meme, actually, doesn't it? That feels like a pretty good meme. We will have a look at some good memes, actually. There are some good memes. In fact, we can go there now. This is the fun folder. We all love the fun folder. So, Nikki, shout out to you. Tagging me in Fadeaway Media. Nobody. The Bloodline, when it's time to ruin main event matches. There they are. They're always trying to hide their identity. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, look. You can see Public Enemy Podcast said, why does Solo take off the hood whenever he attacks someone like it's a big reveal? My brother in Christ, we know it's you. And it is true. This bit here, look. The way that he reveals himself. Like it's a massive shock. Who else is going to deliver a Samoan spike, right? I mean, and look the exact same size as Solo. So I completely agree. I completely agree. Nando, shout out to you. This was from Finn Balor. So Judgment Day, throwing R-Truth out. There's Judgment Day. And there's R-Truth appearing behind them again. I thought that was good. So Dean, Andrew, thank you. Yeah, it's Bryn again. Says, tag me in this. So Dion, Dion Ted DJ. Do you remember the time Big Show got interrupted by the Judgment Day on Swerved? Now, I don't remember this. I don't think this is... I don't know if they've made this, right? But I do remember this being from Swerved. I'll have to go back and see if that graphic appeared. Because if that graphic appeared, that's really fun. That means that this graphic has been kicking around for quite a while. Swerved, you've got to go back to like 2015. For Swerved. It was basically Jackass, but WWE's version. And it was on the network, I want to say 2015, 2016. So you're going back years and years and years and years and years. So if this graphic was there for that, that's really interesting. Really interesting. I love this as well. Alan, shout out to you. Houses are overrated. So my parents, when they were in their 30s, let's buy this house. Me in my 30s, I am never going to financially recover from buying these figures. It is true. Could you imagine buying a house? It's just not even worth dreaming about. It's not even worth thinking about. Could you imagine being able to afford these figures? Even that's not worth thinking about, so very good. Hey, look, Crispy said, new meme alert. New meme alert. I don't know how you use it, right? I don't know how you use it, but I can definitely see this in a lot of responses to tweets. So, new meme alert. I thought this one as well. So, WrestleUp said, Jimmy cost Jey the IC championship. I really like that. I've only just noticed my wife loves wrestling side. Does he love wrestling, or is he literally just there for his wife? I need more info on this, whatever this is here. Whatever's going on here, I need more info. But I feel like this is a meme as well. Ivy Nile said, this is accurate. So, Slanderson Pack, nobody. Ivy Nile. Look at her doing all karate. All of her martial arts. And Ivy Nile's like, accurate. Ah, this made me... I thought this was brilliant. Her angry face. I don't know why. It really tickled me during the live stream. Boulder said Nia Jax is her. I don't know if she's her. I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's sort of like it's a level of anger as if you go to the biscuit jar and there's literally no biscuits in there, right? It's that sort of, I'm really annoyed. I've been inconvenienced. This is very inconvenient what you've just done to me. It's going to get some toothpaste and then realizing it's all gone and there's not a new one that's been put in its place. It's going to get the toilet roll and it's all gone and it's not been it's just the empty roll. That's what that look says to me, right? So it did make me laugh. I think that's very memeable. And Hang'em High. Shout out to Hang'em High, who also had a similar reaction to me. Look at that, comparing to a classic John Cena angry face. These angry faces, man. Memes everywhere. Everywhere. And the last one, Hang'em High, when my dad catches me playing Mario Kart at 3 a.m. Very, very good. Right, WWE Experience. Michael Cole messed up on Raw. WWE Gareth picked up on this. So the WWE Experience opened in Baghdad. That's what he said. He didn't mean Baghdad. He meant Riyadh. But he said Baghdad. We've also got a video. Thank you, Ronnie. I do appreciate this. So we've got a video. It just kind of shows us a little bit inside. Again, it's portraits, not landscape. What are they doing? So it's just showing us a few bits. It looks quite empty in some of these spaces. Look at this space here. That's a lot of empty space, isn't it? That's a big empty space. That looks cool, though. A throne. I'd like to think that's an actual King of the Ring throne, but probably not. Then we've got like this part of it where you can actually see some of the previous props from WrestleMania's big WrestleMania 22 sign, Charlotte Flair, entrance attire, Sheamus. That looks like WrestleMania 37, Intercontinental, United States belts. And then we've got, there's an Intercontinental. Then we've got this kind of range of belts. I don't know how many they've got on display, but these look quite cool. You can see the different titles. Then you've got the Undertaker escape room bit. Then you've got the shop. What I'm not seeing is really anything different. I'm not seeing anything that we've not seen before, you know? I feel like these rooms are rooms that we've already seen. So it does make me question what else is there. It's a big building, or it looks a big building. This is obviously the main room where you've got the ring and everything. Yeah, really interesting. Really appreciate that. I suppose following that, though, I'm a little bit concerned that it is nothing more than we've already seen. So, but I'm happy again because obviously they've announced WWE World, and I think we're going to get to that in a bit. Let's go through this WWE folder. So this was from a house show. So I've just got this amazing footage, said Gio the Theo. Here is R-Truth. He comes racing down and he wants tagging in, right? He wants to be tagged in to a singles match. So you can see he's like, come on. And he's reaching out to Carlito to get tagged in for this singles match. Carlito tags him in and now it's R-Truth against Austin Theory. Brilliant, innit? I love seeing, and Carlito goes on to secure the victory. I love seeing, like, fun house show footage. It just gives you a bit of a glimpse as to what you would be watching if you was there. So, R-Truth racing down, trying to tag in to a singles match. Brilliant. Thank you, Gio. WrestleOps saying Chad Gable defeated Gunther via DQ in an Intercontinental Championship match in Fresno. So this was, I think, Sunday night. Chad Gable beat Gunther, but it was by disqualification. Now, Gunther has been losing recently, but they've been tag matches. It's very rare for Gunther to lose a singles match. So this is why it gained a bit of traction. This is why people were so interested in talking about it. And actually, Gunther was trending last night, I think, as a result of this. So obviously, the title didn't change hands, but it is a defeat for Gunther. A singles defeat for Gunther at a house show last night. Here is Cody. So this is from the show. Cody is in the ring and he sees a sign. So Cody hugged a fan at the end of the show that had a sign that said, "Blindness can't stop me from seeing Cody." You might remember that there was something similar to this a few weeks ago. And so it's a bit similar to that, but this is actually another example. There's Cody getting into the crowd again at a house show. And Paul said, just another reason to love and appreciate Cody. Absolutely. Hey, look at this. Alex, thank you. This coming from Sean Rossap. If we click on it, we'll go full screen. So here you can see that basically they're talking about this being a 5-day event. This is what it's called now. It's called WWE World, and it's basically Access. So it runs for 5 days in Philadelphia, and it's going to be run by Fanatics, and you need tickets to go. It says the World WrestleMania will feature a variety of immersive experiences. So you know how we've spoke about getting into a ring? I really think that's what they're referring to. For fans, including a central main stage that will host roundtable discussions with top superstars, a 2K24 gaming tournament, live podcast recordings, live memorabilia and autograph sales through Fanatics, and the largest superstore in WrestleMania history. The event will also feature exclusive merch, autograph sessions, meet and greets with superstars and legends, and the immersive exhibits and memorabilia honoring WrestleMania's 40-year history. I am so excited about that. I've said till I'm blue in the face that for me, that's my WrestleMania. I would much rather go to Access than anything else, because I would love to stand in a WWE ring. I would love to get my picture taken by the Firefly Funhouse. I would love to get pictures and, you know, see some of that stuff that's been at previous WrestleManias, the ring war stuff. And we saw that WWE Experience was kind of heading in that direction. Love the 40 years of WrestleMania exhibition there, but that is in Saudi Arabia, which is quite far. If this is going to be every year that they're going to do this, then maybe Access is back, baby. Maybe it's back with a bang. It's not been quite as big these past few years. Actually, since the pandemic, it's been there, but it's not been as big as it was. This very much feels like it's back. So, so excited. So excited. Jeff, shout out to you. Tagging me in this WrestleMania tweet. This is really interesting. So thank you, Jeff. Roman Reigns' Universal title reign is now recognized at 1,268 days. This is longer than the entire recognized Attitude Era. How crazy is that? Hey, look at this as well. Cody saw that there was a fan dressed as him, and so he got him to start signing autographs. So he got him to go over and start signing autographs. I did say during the live stream, this is cool and I love it, right? What a moment for that young fan. But if I was one of the fans getting something signed, I'd be like, oh man, this is brilliant, but Cody, can you sign it as well, please? It wouldn't bother me if my poster or whatever got signed by that kid. It's a great story, but I would definitely want Cody to sign it as well, you know? But that's great, innit? But I mean, look at the effort. I think that's the kid's jacket. So look at the effort that the kid has put in there. It's incredible. Incredible. So he signed a few programs. His cosplay was off the chart, says Cody. Yeah, this was interesting. Demarius, shout out to you. So when this belt was unveiled, Cody was cut a promo, and it says, whilst The Rock presented the new design for the WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes appeared to say the following words: I want to see the title that in the next 13 years will not be synonymous with The Rock. It will be synonymous with Cody Rhodes. It's wild that that was 11 years ago, and The Rock and Cody are involved in a major feud over the WWE Championship held by Roman Reigns. Well, obviously, like the year, he said 13, and we're 11 years later. Obviously, all of that is coincidence, right? That was like, no, not designed that way. But yeah, crazy that when the belt was unveiled, it's obviously not the belt we use now, but when one of the old WWE championships was unveiled, Cody was there and he cut this promo. It's really interesting. Really interesting. Jordan, tagging me in this, Kofi Kingston said, I thought they were twins. This is in reference to the 2K24 scores, which really wind me up, right? I'm going to not rant, but I really hate them. I really hate them. Hence why you're not going to see them in the video, because they are pointless. I don't get why people like talk about them. I don't get why they're a thing. But then I'm not a gamer, right? I don't play the game. It doesn't bother me, right? I would play it. It looks great. I've got nothing against the game. But this is some guy at 2K that has just come up with some scores. So why would anyone care what some dude at 2K thinks the wrestlers should be scored? And to have them on screen during the actual show, I thought was a distraction. I thought that it was an annoyance. I don't care what 2K think about the wrestlers. Makes no difference to me. But as, you know, people have pointed out, look, it's for the kids. Like, you know, someone somewhere will enjoy it. But to be honest, all I see are people arguing about this. I've had so many people going, I can't believe it. This is a disgrace. Have you seen what they've scored? Such and such. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I don't care. Right? So for me, this is just a way of promoting the game. That's it. It's just, that's all it's there for. It's there to upset people. It's there to wind you up. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to make you angry so that you talk about it like we're talking about it, like Kofi is talking about it, just to promote the game. I feel like there are other ways to promote the game though, rather than winding people up. I don't like this as a marketing tactic. I don't think this is a positive thing. So I said I wouldn't rant, but I did. That's it, though. Dijak said, careful what you wish for. Last time we did this, he killed off a whole ass character and we got T-Bar. So Tim said, okay, guys, hear me out. Karrion Kross against Dijak. And Dijak was like, be careful. Last time we did that, we ended up with T-Bar. Right, okay, so we've done the experience. That was the WWE folder. We've got The Rock. We've got a few bits in here to go through. Yes, do you remember that there was that big tease of something that was coming on The Rock's Twitter account? Well, it was an advert for ZOA. So that's what was coming. Yes, and there's a moment where The Rock is confronted by his old self. There we go. That's pretty fun visual. That's a pretty fun visual. BDE. Big Dwayne energy apparently is in ZOA. So yeah, look, it's a fun ad. It's a fun ad. LR1147, shout out to you. But mystery over. I was thinking, are they bringing back Young Rock? That's what I was thinking. But it was an advert. I got tagged in this so much. So Rikishi said, why am I in the back of this Bloodline poster? Heyman call Cody, which I didn't really understand what that meant. I don't know what that meant. Does that mean that he was going to tease or trying to tease he was going to help Cody because he's right at the back of this poster? He feels like, what, disrespected? I don't know. I didn't quite get what he was trying to say here, right? But Sarah said, I fixed it for you. And she brought him to the front and then put cringe Rock at the back. This was worth it just for this reply, to be honest. So Sarah doing a great job there. Eric, thank you. Tagging me in this from Elite Rockers. Seth turning on Cody and costing him. Right. So let's just read this because I thought this was quite interesting and I thought some of you might enjoy this. I wasn't going to include it because it's not really an unseen thing. It's like a theory, but I still think you'll enjoy it. So Seth Rollins turning on Cody Rhodes and costing him the undisputed title at WrestleMania 40 makes perfect sense. Seth is literally 0-22 against Cody. He has never beaten him. Seth asked Cody to wrestle him at WrestleMania 40, but Cody declined, making him and the title look secondary. Seth loses night one and loses his mind and decides to ruin Cody's moment and align with Roman and Rock. The wrestling fans are already turning on Seth. They're calling his reign boring and secondary. Seth needs a change ASAP, and him turning heel against one of the biggest baby faces in wrestling right now would make Seth the biggest villain in wrestling. So I thought there was some interesting points there. I don't think it's going to go that way personally. I don't think that Seth's going to turn on Cody, but he could turn on Cody, right? He could turn on Cody. But I thought there were some really good points that were made there. Right, here is The Rock doing the Gentlemen Start Your Engines at NASCAR, which is pretty cool. So that was today at the Daytona 500, apparently. Yeah, it was a nice little moment. And then Rikishi said, get 'em all, Uso, Jey, Usos, Jacob Fatu. He tags in Zilla as well. Yeah, Rikishi. I feel like Rikishi is an old man who, no disrespect, I mean, he is, who is trying to improve his Twitter game, right? His X game, but it's not quite there, right? It's just a little clunky at the moment. It's just a little off. And he says, get them all, Uso, Jey, tags Usos, then tags like hashtag Jacob Fatu and tags in some other people, and this image isn't the greatest of images. But Jordan said, look, the fact he mentioned Jacob like he is on his way to WWE, I wouldn't read anything into it, to be honest. I'm not reading anything into it. I just think that he's trying to create a buzz, right? And I think we saw that earlier with his poster thing and Heyman call Cody and whatnot. I think he's just trying to kind of play a bit of a part on social media. So I don't think that's an indicator of anything, but I thought I would bring it to people's attention. So Jordan, thank you. Right, Elimination Chamber. Let's go down and have a look at this, shall we? Grayson Waller said, halfway to Perth and I've already finished my book. At least someone in WWE can finish a story. Sean, thank you. Hey, there's a shot of where we are so far with Elimination Chamber. So this was doing the rounds much earlier in the day, and that's where we are so far with that. Casual LA Night Enjoyer, thank you. Elite Rockers having quite the day. Americans complaining about watching a PLE in the morning. Us Australians, Indians, Brits, Germans, Italians, first time. So a little meme. Hawkins Jr. said, me looking at the start times like Solo doing math just so that you aren't confused. So many times to choose from. Start times, yeah. So nothing there for the UK. The UK is obviously 5 hours added onto Eastern time. So it's going to start, Elimination Chamber is going to start at 5 a.m. Eastern time. Add 5 hours, that means 10 a.m. UK time. But there's all the other times, or some of the other times that people need to know. So yeah, it's not the easiest, is it? But this is the new reality. I think there will be more international shows as we move forwards. Jordan again, thank you. Rebecca said, I won't be locked in the Elimination Chamber with them. They will be locked in there with the man. So Becky with some words for the other women that are going to be locked in there with her. And we've just got one more folder left, and it's a pretty big one. Yes. Now, you might remember yesterday we were talking about that Tekken game, and I said, man, a beat-em-up would be great. I had people going, there is beat-em-ups, but I think they're on, like, mobile devices. But this is King of Fighters All-Star. It is on YouTube. I don't know if I'll get away with... hopefully I will. So this, I think, is like... I think it looks mobile, doesn't it? So I don't even know if it's still around or what the situation is. I mean, it's kind of what I'm after, but I was looking more for, you know, like, I mean, it is kind of what I'm after, but a bit more like console, a bit more Tekken, blah, 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 blah. You get my point. But appreciate it still, Alex, though. Billy, King Movement, shout out to you. I would say the #1 Dakota Kai Stan account. So this is Israel Adesanya and Dakota Kai, both representing New Zealand, of course. And it's just a cool image. I've got to think this was arranged by TKO, who, as we saw with Michael Chandler earlier, just trying to find ways of getting UFC and WWE in the same space. So very, very cool. That's very, very cool. She will know who he is. He might not know who she is, but I would love to know what they spoke about, or how long she was there for, or what she actually did, you know, or was she literally just there for this photo? I don't know. I know she does live streams. Someone needs to ask the question. I'd like to know what she did while she was there. Right. Oh, man. Yeah, this is amazing. Stacks just goes off. He goes up. Can we get sound?
Shopping cart. Throw them down a hill and watch an 18-wheeler going 80 miles per hour. Just take them out. You lazy bastards. Take your 3-liter bottles of Dr. Pepper, your Doritos Cool Ranch chips, and your Little Debbie cakes out the cart. And now you're too tired to put it back? And you're the same scumbags who say, this is the year I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get in better shape this year. Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? We're 1 month in. You were a fatty in 2023, and you're going to be a fatty in 2024.
He just goes off about the fact that they don't put their carts back. I would love Stacks to just be going off at people. He's not even a heel. He's a face. But I'd love for him to just be going off on, like, random everyday things that annoy him. Like, this one is about, like, putting carts back, you know? Another one might be to do with, I don't know, the card limits on Chip and Pin or something. What, anything? Oh, it did make me laugh. Ariana Gray said, a real man puts his carts back. So, respect. Eric, thank you. Chelsea Green said, you've got my vote. This was to a fan, I believe, that... I just thought I'd include this because, I mean, if I didn't see the picture, I wouldn't believe it. But there is a fan of Chelsea Green. I mean, I really like Chelsea Green, but I don't know that I would be a Chelsea Green fan if I was this young lady's age, you know? But God bless this young lady. She's thinking outside the box. She could have gone with Cody. She could have gone with Liv. She could have gone with Becky. But not for her. She's chosen Chelsea Green, and I respect that. So she's got a sign there, Chelsea Green for president. And Chelsea responded, you have my vote, brackets for me. Which I was trying to work out what that meant. You've got my vote because you're voting for me? You have my vote for me. It may, do you know, I mean, we're 50 odd minutes into this. If I think about this, it's going to mess my brain up, right? So we're going to move on. We're going to move on. Right, what else have we got coming? Oh, God, there's so much stuff. So much stuff. Look at this, Eric. What's going on? Well, what seems to be going on is that the TNA superstars are not happy. So they've all put out these egg timer things. Look, Joel said, I can't believe they're all going to join Karrion Kross. Clearly, that's not what's happening. He's just having a bit of fun. But yeah, you know, they're not happy at Scott D'Amore being fired. And there's been nothing come out to suggest he'd really done anything wrong. And they issued a letter saying, like, that they weren't happy. And now tonight, all around the same time, TNA talent have done this. This feels very much like a message, a very clear message to their bosses that they are not happy and something needs to be done and time is running out. I thought that was you need to keep an eye on this. If there's going to be a mass walkout at TNA, if there's going to be a mass strike, what are they going to do? Very, very interesting. Real Kyle, shout out to you. So Dave Meltzer said Cage Match reviews list yesterday's Ospreay Oku match as the 8th greatest match ever. The 8th greatest match ever. And we spoke about it yesterday, Ospreay and Oku from Rev Pro. According to Cage Match, and that is the Bible to Tony Khan, the 8th greatest match ever. Danny Jordan said, I knew one day I would be on World Star. I didn't think it would be for this. Look at this. A mentally challenged man wearing a Spider-Man costume leaves his seat and attacks wrestlers at an indie show. Apparently this is not part of the show. I've obviously not seen this clip, but look at this dude jumping up out of the crowd. It's very much like when Earthquake came down and he got into the ring when he first debuted. But apparently at one bit, look, he picks up one of the wrestlers, slams her down. I'm guessing that's Danny Jordan. And like this guard comes in. Look at this. It's just like someone from the crowds actually getting involved in this match. And there he is being like led away. Now, obviously, feel really sorry for him. They're saying that he's got mental challenges, like he doesn't know, or there's something's gone wrong. But so, no judgment of him, but man, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy and scary as well, because I mean, he picks up Danny Jordan, slams her down. Clearly, she's all right though. Look at this, like, look at that. She could have properly got injured there. So that being sent out by World Star Hip Hop. Danny saying, I knew I'd make World Star one day. I didn't think it'd be for this, laughing emoji. So good to see that she's okay. Mr. Unfamiliar, thank you. A few people tagged me in this. So Roxanne said, stop. This was 2015. Gotta be versatile when you're the prodigy. So that's her as a referee from 2015. I mean, she's only about 12 now. So if we take off 9 years, she must have been about 3 here. So crazy. But look at this. Cora Jade said, oh, that's why you double as a trash can. Which I didn't understand. I mean, I suppose that's in relation to the you've got to be versatile. And so Cora Jade saying, oh, that's why you also double as a trash can. Okay, I think I get it a bit more now. And Roxanne said, you still exist. I like that comeback. That's a good comeback from Roxanne. Right, it's Bryn again. Shout out to you saying Dominica is looking beautiful. Look, Dominic showing off how long his mullet has grown now whilst wearing a Eddie Guerrero shirt. Amazing. Oh, can we play this? This is a saxophone cover of Roman Reigns, and apparently it goes insane. Yeah. Yeah, man! I feel like Heyman. I want to hold up the belts. Yeah, man, that's sick. That's really sick. He should go to the shows, man. He'd get proper over. He'll probably get over anyway, but that is brilliant. Oh, this was cheeky in all fairness. Amar, shout out to you. We were just talking about fast food places and how they compare to different promotions. I made a joke about how AEW is the bins round the back of school. And Amar said, if you're watching Wrestling Days on the pre-WWE RAW show, and he put this meme out there. So it's a joke. Hey, and this is the last one. Look, Alex Bloomfield, shout out to you. Humble Wrestling going, old image. And here is that Carmelo. That's Von Wagner. That's Grayson Waller. That's Tony D'Angelo. All dressed as security, walking with Kyle O'Reilly from back in the day. Lord, I love this. Love when you go back and look at the security guards and extras and they're the superstars of today. Really cool. And that was it. Woof. It's got to be the longest unseen we've ever done. I really raced through all of that. I think we hit pretty much all the big stuff. If there is the odd little bit that we've missed out, we'll get it, and we'll get it into tomorrow's unseen. But so much to talk about, so much reaction to stuff. Insane. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate the support as always. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.